The night was colder than it should have been. Somewhere far off, an owl called once, then stopped. Nothing answered. You ever notice how quiet a night gets before something happens? Most people think that's peace, but it isn't. It's warning. The surrounding goes silent when they're listening, when something's near. Tonight, I'll tell you about people who didn't listen when the world went quiet, about the ones who blinked, or followed, or smiled back. They thought their stories ended when they died. But the truth is, they never really stopped. It started with a woman named Samantha, lived alone in a crooked old house out past the hills, the kind that groans when you breathe too loud. She was brushing her teeth one night, just before midnight. The power flickered, the walls creaked, the clock read 11:59. She laughed it off, told herself it was just bad wiring. But when she turned off her lamp and lay down, she noticed something. Every time she blinked, the room changed, just slightly. The window curtain moved, the wardrobe door opened an inch wider. The shadows shifted, and then she saw it. Something standing by the door, tall, thin, head tilted like it was listening. Every blink brought it closer, until it was right there, inches from her face. Skin smooth, no eyes, no mouth. Just wrong. She tried not to blink. Her eyes burned, tears streamed. But your body always wins, doesn't it? She blinked, and when she opened her eyes, her room was gone. The world was gone. She was kneeling in black water, barefoot, surrounded by whispers that didn't echo right. Then something leaned down behind her and whispered, "Don't blink." She did. And this time, when she opened her eyes, she didn't see anything at all. You think that's bad? David thought technology could protect him. He had cameras, locks, alarms, the works. Until one night, 2:34 a.m., his phone buzzed. Silent alarm triggered. Front door accessed. He checked the feed. The door opened. A man stepped in, didn't break in, didn't pick a lock, just walked in. It was David, himself. Same scar, same face, same smile. Just not him. Every night after, the alarm went off again. Always 2:33 a.m. And every night his double came closer, the smile wider. He unplugged everything, nailed the doors shut, cut the power. But the alarm still went off. The cops found him 5 days later, dead, eyes wide, mouth open in a scream. They thought the man standing in the hallway was him until they found the real one in the closet. Next day, someone else's phone buzzed. Same alert. Front door accessed. And the footage, you guessed it, David, still smiling. Far away from here in Brazil, a man named Rafael hiked the Serra do Roncador at night. Locals told him not to. They said the mountain mourns, that a woman in white appears there, and those who follow her never come back. He laughed. Tourists always laugh. But on that quiet, moonlit trail he saw her, pale, still, hair black as the void. She didn't walk. She floated. When he called to her, she raised her hand and beckoned. Every instinct told him to turn back, but he followed. And when she turned, her eyes were black pits, her mouth stretched too far. She screamed, but there was no sound, just the air bending. He ran, but the path behind him was gone. He heard her again, that scream. It echoed from inside his head. They found his pack near the summit. No body, no footprints. But hikers still see her, standing just around the bend, hand outstretched. And if you look behind her long enough, you'll see another figure following, always following. Then there's Elliot. He only wanted a tooth pulled. The clinic was empty. The lights hummed. The dentist stared into his mouth and froze, said there were more teeth coming in. Too many. When Elliot looked in the mirror, he saw them, deep in his throat. Rows of tiny teeth growing in the dark. He gagged, bled, tried to run, but they sedated him. When he woke up, his jaw was locked open with metal clamps. The dentist was still there, hands red, whispering, "Your mouth isn't where they end, it's where they begin." They found him the next morning sitting upright in the chair, his skin moving. The receptionist smiled when they came. Perfect teeth, too perfect. They said if you looked close enough, you could see something twitching under her cheeks. And then there's the snow woman, the Yuki-onna. Man named Takeshi got lost in a blizzard. Found a cabin. A woman in white waited inside, skin like porcelain, eyes like ice. She gave him tea, told him to rest. But the fire didn't give warmth. The walls glistened like ice. No footprints led to the cabin, not hers, not his. She leaned close and whispered, "I spared you once, when you were a boy. Your mother froze holding you. You looked so much like her." She smiled. The fire went out. The cabin turned to crystal. He tried to run, but the door was gone. And her face so perfect, cracked like glass as she whispered, "You never thanked me." When they found him, he was frozen solid, lungs filled with frost. But there were footprints leading away, small, bare, vanishing into the woods. Snow wasn't falling, but the wind turned colder. You think they're just stories? Samantha, David, Raphael, Elliot, Takeshi. You think they never met? You're wrong. They all saw something, a shape that watches, that smiles, that waits for you to notice. Sometimes it wears a blank face. Sometimes it copies yours. Sometimes it hides behind a woman in white. It doesn't matter where you are, in bed, in the mountains, in the dentist's chair, or sitting by a fire. Once you hear it, it hears you back. Don't look behind you, because that's where it starts. That's where it always starts. A shadow, a blink, a smile, and before you know it, don't blink.